All right, our conversation about Brady's unretirement continues. But first, we got to hand out some NBA medals. Nick, Sixers Magic yesterday. Joel Embiid, 35 points, 16 boards. Philly rallies to get it done in overtime and win, but no medal for Joel. Nick, which three guys are bringing home medals from NBA weekend?
Oh, quite the medal stand. Only Tom Brady could hijack the news cycle to where we're not talking about the silver and gold medalists today. Bronze medal, though, first and foremost. Ice Trae Young. 47-5 for Trae. And it was not a top 2 scoring performance of the weekend as the Hawks get a much-needed win over Indy. Don't reveal the silver yet. There's KD, LeBron. There's LeBron, KD. Who's going to get the gold? Silver medal is Kevin Durant. 53-6-9 for Kevin Durant on 51% shooting. 53 points.
Himself.
That is one off KD's career high of 54. I know what you're thinking. Kevin Durant's career high is 54. LeBron James' high this month is 56. That's odd since one's not a natural scorer. Someone call Rick Bucher. Gold medal. The kid. Oh, ho-hum. Just
Give me
another
a break.
50 piece. 57-6. Oh, I'm sorry. 50 points on 70% shooting. When Kyrie did that exact thing 6 days ago, we had a whole montage. Oh, look at the natural scoring beauty. LeBron does it. You say, give me a break. 57-6 on 72% shooting. And by the way, got to 10,000 career assists last night. But last night's game we don't need to talk about.
How'd last
there
night
it
go?
is. Medal stand. You know what? You know what? The way the medals work, each game is individual. What's up, buddy? What's up, Wild?
This morning, I figured it all out. It's just like, it was like usual suspects. I just saw like the mug break in front of me. I was like, what? That's what happened? In the meeting this morning, Nick is like, you know what? I got to give Wilds his flowers. He called this Tom Brady thing. We should do a whole show on Tom Brady. And now I realize, like, you just didn't want to talk about Suns-Lakers. I think you're like giving me props. It was all
I'm just trying to give
joke.
you credit.
Kaiser Sose just got into
somebody
a
asked
Lamborghini.
You know you love him, and he might have great potential, but he's got hardly any experience playing big-time football. Not just big-time NFL football, big-time college football as well. And then Dallas has all their issues. So in Green Bay, who am I trusting more? You know the answer to this. In a big game, an NFC championship game, for instance, I am trusting Tom Brady over Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Look, as I said it last segment, they can sit back and say, we lost 30-27 to the Rams. We beat them if we've got anybody other than Mike Evans. If Chris Godwin is healthy, if Antonio Brown doesn't go haywire the week before, we beat them, and we're have a good chance of getting back to the Super Bowl. So I think with the motivation, you saw they signed, you said it, Ryan Jensen, the center. Why are they bringing him back? I think they're bringing him back because they're bringing Tom Brady. They're keeping Tom Brady. So I do think that Tampa Bay, I'm going to go with them as the favorites in the NFC.
Yeah. No, listen, and you're right about trusting Brady versus Rodgers in an NFC championship game. I mean, despite the fact that in Brady's one career NFC championship game, he threw 3 second-half interceptions, but that's neither here nor there. His team won. Here's the deal.
Good first half, though.
I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be on the Bucs. But even if he is, I don't think they're the favorites. I don't think they were particularly close to the Rams last year. Oh, Nick, they lost on a last-second field goal. That's true. It's also true the Rams were annihilating them for the better part of nearly 3 quarters. The Rams had the goal line fumble. They had a lot of things that was like, that allowed that game to get close. And I think the Bucs Wilds are going to be worse next year than this year. Here's the thing with going all in, particularly going all in with older guys, is that bill does become due. So when they won the Super Bowl, we're like, oh my God, they're just loaded on both sides of the ball. Well, now, offensive line, Ali Marpet has retired. So that's a huge part, arguably their best offensive lineman. Some would say Tristan Wirfs. They have really good offensive linemen across the board. Yes, but one of their best guys, he's retired. The tight end position, O.J. Howard's a free agent, Gronk's a free agent. The receiver position, AB is gone. They have Evans and Godwin on the franchise tag, but he's also coming off a late season ACL tear. So that has to at least raise some concern. And then on defense, JPP's a free agent. Ndamukong Suh's a free agent. I didn't think their secondary was good to begin with, and two of their secondary starters are free agents. So for all those reasons, do I think if Brady were to play, they'd be the favorites in the NFC South? Yes, of course. I mean, assuming Carolina doesn't get Deshaun Watson, yeah, they would be the far and away favorites, because I don't see anyone else being able to really compete there with respect to the Falcons. Frisky Falcons, by the way. Remember, they were frisky all year. They were alive for the playoffs longer than you guys expected. Somebody saw that coming. But no. So, but I don't think I don't think even with Brady Wilds that this team is a top-tier contender for the NFC, let alone the Super Bowl.
Well, I'm going to meet you guys in the middle, because I know the common idea is, they put the championship on the credit card. They went all in, put the championship on the credit card. We just saw the Saints do that, and now the Saints, bills due. What are you going to do? Sean Payton's like, well, I'm not going to pay it. I'm out of here. So you're going to be stuck in the wilderness for a while. There is another option, though. Get another credit card. Oh, Tom Brady's like, hey, Malcolm Glazer, you want me to come back? Get another card. Open up a Discover if those still exist. Get another credit card and go all in. And I think Brady's like, you know what? I'll come back if you're willing to torpedo the cap and go all in. Because don't forget, the Bucs were a Super Bowl team, but they were the first Super Bowl champion ever, Broussard, to have every touchdown scored by a guy who wasn't on the team the previous year. Gronk scored 2, AB scored 1, Fournette scored 1. So the team that we have right now in Tampa Bay, if I'm Tom Brady, can't be the team that I start with and can't be the team that I've got week 10. Who do they want to go grab? Is it going to be Saquon? Want to make a move for Saquon? You want to make a move for Allen Robinson? I think Gronk has got to come back. I think that's got to be part of the deal. How about OBJ? Hopefully he recovers and maybe he can pop in. Nice little Week 12 OBJ appearance. So I think that the Bucs could be favored in the NFC if the magnetism of Tom Brady's superstarness and the willingness to torpedo your cap down the road is what would make them a contender and could drive them to the Super Bowl. Otherwise, I don't think Tom Brady would come back.
Well, I do think they'll be willing to torpedo their cap down the road. If they can get another Super Bowl next year, I'm sure they'd be willing to do that. We've already seen them move some money around. I think they're going to come to a deal with Chris Godwin. That'll give them more cap space. They've already restructured Vita Vea's contract. I think, and Nick, you mentioned the receiving core. Godwin should be back around sometime in September, we think. I still like Scotty Miller, Tyler Johnson. Gronk is working out there in Tampa Bay already, at the facility. So I think he'll be back for sure. I think Cameron Brate will be back too. So
what about Cyril Grayson?
The offense we know
he was
great.
Your guy for 8 days. Remember him? Remember Alex talking about Cyril Grayson, track star?
Brady made some magic with him. Brady made some magic with Cyril Grayson. So, look, Brady has been phenomenal under Bruce Arians. We know that. And so I give them a strong chance. I hear you, Wiles, but I like Tampa Bay with Brady next year. I think he falls off the year after. Next year, I think he'll be great. Then his fall-off year will come after that.
Age 46. All right, our conversation about Brady's retirement, unretirement, retirement, unretirement.